In Marvel Comics' latest vision of the Ultimate Universe, the diabolical genius known as the Maker is temporarily off the board. However, the mutants are still being hunted by the Maker's Council, who are also starting to hear commotion in the eastern territory of Hinokuni. A brand new team of X-Men are rising up, consisting of Hisako Ichiki, known as Armor, alongside Mei Igarashi. Plus, in Ultimate X-Men Chapter 5, we even start to see brand new characters joining the ranks like Nico Minoru. My name is Ariko Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and preview the latest issue of Marvel Comics Ultimate X-Men. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel. The New Mutants face their first enemy. Maystorm isn't the only mutant with electric powers, and Noriko Ashida is here to make sure she knows it. A fun summer festival turns haunted and dangerous as spirits and surges collide. Plus, the Shadow who's been haunting Armor finally reveals his true face. Ultimate X-Men issue 5 is both written and illustrated by Peach Momoko, with additional script adaptation by Zack Davisson. We have letters coming in over from VC's Travis Lanham and design from J. Bowen and Kat Gregorowicz. In addition, here the striking visual cover on Ultimate X-Men 5 is still captured over by Peach Momoko. I think the way that Momoko is able to illustrate the visual concept of Armor captured in a more formal setting over with Hisako in a kimono is such an epic visual feast to witness here. Also want to extend a quick thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste and preview the first couple pieces of interior artwork from Peach Momoko in the issue here. Ultimate X-Men issue 5 kicks off on this incredibly sinister note as the character of Kageyama revisits those elements of Tsubasa's death that permeate through so much of the subtext across this comic book tale. Plus, another aspect of this scene that's so engrossing is how Momoko is able to introduce the character of Surge Noriko Ashida into some of these pages. It's super interesting to see how much animosity there is between both Noriko and Kageyama's conversation here, as Kageyama's trying to avoid elements like fixing Noriko's computer and is seemingly calling her out for her electricity powers. Another element that really stood out in Ultimate X-Men Chapter 5 was how Peach Momoko was able to implement some of those sinister undertones in the relationship back and forth between Hisako and Mei as she's possessed by the mysterious Shadow. In fact, watching the Shadow really relay some of their true intentions towards Hisako and try and extend an offer of friendship was incredibly harrowing to read in this context. Plus, Peach Momoko is able to capture so much of this imagery with a really haunting subset and just a great facial expression over for Maystorm is seen in the second panel on the page here as well. This sequence is expanded beautifully as the character of Nico Minoru is actually featured as yet another character hidden away over in Hisako's room. This also explores a brand new setting and environment for the X-Men, where Nico is able to read Hisako's amulet to start to explore some of the secrets hidden within the Marvel Universe. This even draws out the mysterious Shadow character to do battle over with the Ultimate X-Men. Also, there's such a great sense of pacing throughout Ultimate X-Men 5, watching Momoko transition from some of Hisako and her fellow X-Men back over to Noriko Ashida really captured so much of the harrowing subtext in the background that's punctuated in nearly each and every scene. Now, some of these elements over with Noriko are the most incredibly dark we've seen in Ultimate X-Men to date. I don't want to linger on these elements too long, but I think some of the darker aspects of Noriko's personality are explored in a really interesting visual way towards the back half of Ultimate X-Men issue 5. Later on in the scope of Ultimate X-Men 5, Peach Momoko was able to lead Noriko directly to Hisako and the rest of those X-Men to seamlessly interweave these two disparate plots in Ultimate X-Men Chapter 5. Plus, the issue also does an excellent job hinting at some of the deeper context of Kageyama with this mysterious Homo superior cult that also has ties to the interesting amulet that Nico is able to resurface a little bit earlier in the comic book tale as well. There's a really interesting, cheeky exchange of dialogue between the name of the team and some of the rest of the characters towards the final page. But one of the most striking aspects of Ultimate X-Men issue 5's cliffhanger for me was seeing how Peach Momoko intends to open up this team even farther and finally make Ultimate X-Men feel like a team book with so many supporting players as opposed to a solo one with Hisako Ichiki in the driver's seat here. So at the end of the day, I really do think there's something incredibly special about Ultimate X-Men issue 5. The character of Noriko Ashida Surge is implementing so much fascinating characterization in the series. For me, it's great to have such an antagonistic character hidden in the background of some of these pages to give a little bit more of a visual dynamic, especially in terms of these characters with individuals like Maystorm. Also, I think Peach Momoko was really able to explore some of the darkest parts of the character's psyche in the later installments of some of these final pages within the comic book tale as well. I want to know from you, what were some of your thoughts on Ultimate X-Men 5? Did you like some of the back and forth between Kageyama and Noriko? Also, what do you make of the brand new team dynamic that's starting to get fleshed out between Maystorm, Nico Minoru, and Hisako? Thank you so much for catching our video review over on Ultimate X-Men issue 5, and we'll be back to watch the mutants battle the Maker's Council as this series continues. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.